Right, it's time for showbiz, and Miss G has joined me with details of that huge concert that happened in South Africa.
Yes,
Right.
Global Citizen Festival. Everybody's talking about it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Pharrell Williams. A lot of the stars were there. So from South Africa, we had Caspar Noves, we had Tiwa Savage, and Wizkid from Nigeria. We thought that we could have another person from West Africa, maybe a Ghanaian, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Shatawale.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Nobody from Ghana. That's the first concern. But let's see highlights from that event.
I found a way to win, but I never really had to. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every line you breaking, the stories that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Cause everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Sing it, y'all. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace.
All right, so those were highlights from the African Fest.
Yeah.
And
I mean, certainly, clearly a massive one.
very, very much so. And at this point, I envy all the Ghanaians who are out there, especially Lexus Bill, who had the opportunity to be there. But there's been some comments about security at the event, and most South Africans and other Africans who were there have been tweeting about it. So we put together the comments.
So we have Same Oxygen tweeting, and Same Oxygen as Beyonce. Oh, really? Says, I'm really disappointed in you guys. Complete disregard for our safety after the concert. Who were stabbed, robbed, oh wow, robbed at gunpoint and hijacked right outside the stadium. You really let us down as a country. Hashtag Global Citizen Festival SA. Right, let's see which other tweet we have. Last Seasway, the verified one. Guys, we almost died after Global Citizens Festival at Sasol Garage. It was a mess. People were getting robbed. There were stampedes and apparent guns. Someone's daughter says Global Citizen Festival was amazing, but that went down afterwards was absolutely disgusting. People lost phones, cars, wigs, and they were being burned and stuff. Wigs? You know, people lost their wigs?
Yeah, because these days, you know, we've got our wigs on. So once you're running for your life,
you could have lost your wig if you were there.
I bet so. I bet so.
Yeah.
But, you know, here in Ghana, entertainment critic and artist manager Bulldog has been likening this to the Afrimas. He thinks that, you know, we could have done this with Panafest and have the world come watch us, because we could have sold Nkrumah just like South Africa is selling like Mandela, and sell the peace that we have here as a country. So he took to his Facebook wall to share a post.
So Bulldog of Bull House says, Madam Minister, I hope you're witnessing the happenings in South Africa. Hashtag Global Citizens Festival. Hashtag Mandela 100. Let me just remind you that Nkrumah is bigger than Mandela, and his standing and dominion on the African continent is second to none. But you see how Mandela's people have found a way to honor him through entertainment. Oh, let me also prompt you. South Africa has all it takes to host the world. They did the needful before the wantful, if there's any word like that in Po. We have two things we can package and sell to the world aside our wasteful. and unbeneficial natural resources, Nkrumah and peace are Ghana's biggest selling points. As when I heard Dino, I sure say by now, Captain Afeku, they prepare go buy that franchise to Anna, and then the creative ministry with no creative thinkers, and hashtag Hero of Grace, Sikenshra Adom, hashtag Nam Mission. Oh, he's bringing
all their hashtags.
All that's
all their hashtags.
And men's gold and all that.
But the most important point is that, you know, Bulldog has said to us that after we hosted the first edition of Afrima here in Ghana, he says we should cancel the contract because he's not benefiting anybody. So I think that after watching the Citizen Festival, he decided to vent once more. Yeah. Now we can talk about taxes, because the issue about people in the creative paying tax is still on. And one person who doesn't want to hear it, because he knows that his sector pays tax already in different ways, is the president of the Musician Union of Ghana, Obo. He says, you know, we already pay taxes and they shouldn't make it anything new to us.
It's as if there's a new wind blowing, and some of the industry persons actually even fuel it more by saying, oh, they say they are going to tax us. And I'm telling them, you are already being taxed, because again, maybe there are different types of taxes. Maybe not every tax applies to the entertainment artist or the performer, but there are several grades of taxes that they're already engaged in. Even some of the taxes are being bullied on the entertainer. I've had several times that musicians have complained to me that they gave a budget to a company for a performance. The performance included costuming, rehearsals, and maybe the total performance was a certain amount, 50,000, and their checks, when they came, they had deducted withholding tax of 5% or more sometimes from that check, without factoring into it that there are costs that must be incurred. Normally, withholding tax is charged on your take-home, like what you are going to spend as your fee. It shouldn't affect your costs. But musicians, most musicians that I know, when their taxes are being withheld, like they get withholding taxes are deducted from their performances, it affects their full amount. This is already going on. If you come to the collective rights management, which is GAMRO, there's a percentage of up to 9% that is taken by GRA. We consider that as our contribution to the GRA. You cannot just sit and concord tax compliances for industry personnel and make it look like you must honor it, you know, because they need to understand our way. I mean, I feel it must begin with a certain formalization of the industry. You know, we shouldn't just start with taxation. Maybe we should formalize the industry, get the industry more organized so that our things work through a certain organized structure. You know, invoices are prepared, it's handed before payments are made, things go through a certain structure system. Then when we are taxing, it's more easier for us to.
Well, on one note I'd like to make, though, on the point that he's making about withholding taxes. If you're filing your taxes, you're supposed to get some reimbursement as far as your withholding taxes are concerned. Okay. So I'd actually urge the artists to do that, because the withholding taxes are not supposed to be final taxes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So that's something you should check on.
They should,
it still boils down to the fact that people say they don't understand why they need to, especially the gift tax. That's the most difficult for them, you know. You know how they thought that if they say, okay, Israeli bought me a car, it's a gift.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
But now they say tax on that gift.
You see, thing is, everybody gets away with it. I mean, most people in Ghana get away with without paying gift tax. But then, if you're going to go on social media to flaunt it, then the GRA sees it and says, okay, well, I mean,
you've got a lifestyle going on for you. Let's benefit from you. Anyway, that'll be it for Showbiz.
All right, thank you very much, Miss G, for bringing us Showbiz. That'll be it for those of you watching on Joy Prime. But there's more news on the Joy News channel. And before I go, actually, we're supposed to have announced not the winner, the short list of the people who are eventually going to, that one person who's eventually going to get to go on that trip to Asia. We're still compiling the short list, and so we'll bring it to you tomorrow. So stay tuned. All right.